Guys, go ahead. Yeah, those guys are making good progress, Gary. They're going to be day to day. We're obviously going to be smart with them today, and they're just getting rehab and taking care of themselves, and we'll have a decision later on in the week with them. They will not practice today. Yeah, he did a nice job the other day, Lindsey. And, as far as who those other guys that will be asked to step up in their roles and kind of replace Jamil, we're kind of working through that right now. But with what he did the other day, I think with the confidence that he was able to gain and that really we were able to gain in him from playing in real live game action and making some, big-time contributions to a win. So we'll continue to move forward with that if Austin isn't able to go. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard for him. I mean, he's a unique player. He can go at any time. He's so explosive. He's got aggressive hands. They can really move him all around. There's no limitations. I mean, his talent is incredible. He's an elite competitor, so he's definitely somebody that we've got to be aware of. And you can see he made the most of his touches. And in an instance, he's going 80-plus on a touchdown, on a quick RPO, catching it from the 3 spot. And you're like, wow. And that's why he's special, and that's why he is who he is. Yeah, really good competitor. I mean, even, going back to even just remembering him play at Oklahoma, a guy that, makes people around him better. He's a resilient competitor that, has a never-die attitude. And then you see the talent. I mean, he's twitchy. He can speed it up. He has the ability to create off schedule. You could just see the confidence. I even remember watching, the Thursday night game when he jumped in there, when he went in playing the Jets. There's a belief and a confidence that he instills in the people around him, and it's impressive to watch. Yeah, that's really that's exactly what it is. You don't have as much inventory, but he's done a great job, and he called plays for a good portion of the season last year, and you kind of get a chance to see what's the overall philosophy, but really consistent with a lot of good play callers and coaches. He does a great job of putting his players in good spots and, kind of fits his system to their skill sets and a lot of versatility, and it's a great challenge for us. It's a tough game. This league is so competitive. So whether it's going against somebody the first time or the fourth, you have a lot of respect for everybody that's doing this. And Coach Kitchens has done a great job. I think it says a lot about their team with the way that they were able to respond from not the way they wanted to go in week one, and that's that's the sign of true character. And they did a good job the other day. Yeah, I mean, it's similar in terms of, you get a chance to work with number 1 overall pick who has a lot of upside that you're excited about. So if you look at it that way, but, this is a good football team, a lot of really good football players. And going to Cleveland, which we know will be a great atmosphere, it's going to be a great challenge for us. And we got to have a great week of preparation, make sure we're ready to roll. I think that's hard to say. I think really we, each play is its own entity. We individualize each snap, and I think it's just consistency from the first snap to the 65th to the 70th, whatever it is. Good decision making, playing within the timing and rhythm, and then there's an element too. I mean, you look at some of the play action throws that he was able to make in some early down and distances, guys in his face. I thought that was excellent. Where he keeps his eyes down the field. He doesn't need a clean platform to be able to get through because he's got such a natural, ability to get his hips through and things like that. So I thought he did a lot of good things, and it's really just, it's hard to say, but I think it's just being consistent, snap in and snap out, and that's going to be the case with every quarterback. Oh, a lot. I mean, they do a good job. He moves around a little bit. You see the production that he's had and just, the length, the strength. He can beat you in a variety of ways, and he's productive really on all 3 downs. So it's a great football player that you have to account for. Similar in terms of, and then they got Olivier Vernon on the other side, which is a great challenge in and of itself. So, you could feel, the impact Cam Jordan had on the game and what a great player he is. And these are 2 guys that are very similar. Thought it was two great competitive players going at it, and Cam's the type of player, he's going to make a couple of his plays. I know Rob, with the standards that he has for himself, expects him to be perfect, and we still have a really, a lot of confidence in what he can do. Feel great about our right tackle position with him holding that spot down, and I think that was just two great players going back and forth, having some good against one another. Well, I think the first thing is you want to talk to the individual and get an understanding of where they're coming from, try to understand their perspective, and make sure that you listen, and then be able to give your perspective and try to come to a conclusion on what's best for the team and for that individual. And, it always goes back to the communication. Easier said than done, but I think, from a foundational standpoint, it's just trying to have an understanding and really an empathy for each other, and then let's come to a conclusion, and once we make a decision's final, and we move forward accordingly. I think you see the creativity. I think most coordinators that are really good, or most guys that are calling plays, I think he does a great job mixing it up. He'll change up some different personnel groupings. I think, he's not afraid to try some different things that he feels like fit for his players. And, you see some of those things show up, and, he's done a really nice job since he's taken over as the play caller, and another good night the other night. Okay. Thanks, guys.